The past few months have been hard, and it has been inspiring to see how people and organizations have been coming together to help each other during these times of change. In the current environment, there is an increased demand for business continuity and innovation. I've been hearing these two asks consistently in every customer conversation. First, as you can imagine, is cost. In the current environment, everyone is looking at cost saving with renewed urgency. Second is agility. In dealing with the pandemic, every one of you wants to innovate faster to keep up with the changing customer behaviors. We are already working with many of you and are looking forward to working with all of you across industries to empower you and start addressing these needs today. Our mission is to accelerate innovation in every organization through best-in-category developer velocity and operational automation. Because of our focus on this, Google Cloud has established itself as a partner of choice to many of you when it comes to application modernization. In fact, our application modernization customers have been able to achieve more than 35% cost saving by auto-migrating and more than 75% through automation and replatforming. Not only that, customers have been able to innovate 8 times faster by using our serverless solutions. You will hear more about Google Cloud's Cloud Run from Media Market in our Accelerate Application Development keynote. Today, we're going to show you how you can achieve this level of cost saving and speed. Application modernization is hard. It's more than just adapting to new technologies. It means dealing with talent fragmentation as you adopt multiple clouds and API fragmentation as you start transforming your applications. So let's talk about where this complexity comes from. First, every company has multiple teams. And for all of you operators in the audience, you can appreciate the complexity that comes with a growing number of teams. Some teams want to run containers, others want to run VMs, and yet others are going serverless. Some workloads need to stay on premises, others can be found in different clouds. How do you manage all of this without complexity spiraling out of control? Second, there are many roads to modernization. Knowing which path is best for you and your industry can make a tremendous difference. Almost every customer asks me, what are some of the best practices for me to follow? Finally, in today's climate, there is more urgency than ever before to go faster, accelerate developer velocity, and reduce costs. It is essential to know how you should prioritize and identify what needs to get done first. Every day I talk to CIOs and CTOs who recognize it's time to expect more. They want their teams to engage with Google's engineers and work together. They ask me for the latest best practices to co-innovate and build together. They expect a secure migration path to hybrid and multi-cloud adoption. All this while integrating with existing security investments and protecting all their assets, including users, services, and data. They expect Google to help them maintain a consistent security posture across diverse environments, evolve to an end-to-end zero trust model, and meet their compliance requirements. To help you with your application modernization journey, Google Cloud provides 3 differentiated capabilities. First, to better manage complexity, we provide you with a consistent development and operations experience, no matter if you're running natively on Google Cloud or using hybrid, multi-cloud, or edge environments. Based on open APIs, you can do this without the fear of being locked in to proprietary technology. Our customers like Plaid are already using Google Cloud to help them with a multi-cloud strategy. Second, to make sure you have the right plan in place, we give you and your developers industry-leading guidance on how to develop, run, operate, and secure application on this platform and all the tooling you need to go with it. These practices come from years of experience running application at massive scale and working alongside thousands of enterprise and cloud-native customers. You benefit from practices like extremely fast builds, automated elasticity, and standard policy across environments to help you drive speed at scale with built-in security and compliance. You can also easily adopt a site reliability engineering approach to operations. And finally, since you want to see the impact of application modernization right away, we provide you a data-driven prioritization and benchmarking methodology to see what and how to improve. You can benchmark your performance against internal teams or industry peers. You can quickly identify areas of improvement and get prescriptive guidance to make the most of your cloud investment. In fact, we internally use this technology today in our own products, including Google Cloud AI and ML services, the recently launched BigQuery Omni, Apogee Hybrid, and many more. We have been seeing tremendous momentum and customer interest in working with us on application modernization. In Q2 of 2020 alone, more than 100,000 companies used our application modernization platform and services, including GKE, Anthos, Cloud Functions, and Cloud Run, to build and run their mission-critical, enterprise-grade applications. There are many reasons customers choose us. For instance, GKE clusters can scale up to 15,000 nodes. This is the largest number of supported nodes of any cloud-based Kubernetes service, and 3 times the number of nodes supported by open-source Kubernetes. This is very valuable for customers like Bayer Crop Sciences and Twitter, who can take advantage of this scale. And a research study we ran showed that our platform is so easy to use that 98% of first-time Cloud Run users are able to deploy their app on their first try. For many of these customers, Anthos is where the modernization journey starts. With the Anthos announcement last year, we painted a vision of a modern managed platform that would help developers deliver software faster and safer, and offer operators a consistent, secure service across any infrastructure provider. Last year, Anthos became generally available. In just a short time, we've seen customers across industries get the promised benefits. Anthos is already in production at HSBC, HEB, XLX Kiata, and many other for hybrid use cases. Anthos brings the best of cloud services to you instead of having you move to the cloud. Anthos is a Google-managed platform that extends Google Cloud services and engineering practices to your environment so you can modernize apps faster and establish operational consistency across on-prem and any cloud. In Anthos, no matter where you are on your modernization journey, you can benefit from declarative operations and automation to give your developers the best velocity possible anywhere you choose. This in turn leads to immediate cost saving by simplifying operations on any cloud and on the edge. One customer we have had the privilege of partnering with is Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is using Google Cloud and Anthos to deliver real-time analytics and insight to their fans with workloads running both in the cloud and at each of their stadiums. Now let's hear from Kris Amy, VP of Technology Infrastructure at Major League Baseball. Welcome, Kris. Happy to have you join us today.
Hi, Eyal. Happy to be here.
I'd first like to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about MLB and why you chose Google Cloud?
Yeah, sure. So Major League Baseball, it's America's pastime. We have hundreds of millions of viewers, fans, and extreme amounts of data that we process and analyze. We know that Google Cloud has a very large expertise in AI and big data. That's where they built their core products from. Advancing baseball stats that the fans love with Google Cloud's AI and ML solutions is our current path forward. Anthos enables us to take advantage of that, whether we're running in Google Cloud or we're running on-prem in our stadiums. Google Cloud and Anthos were chosen because of Google's container expertise.
That's great to hear. Now, can you tell us a little more about why you chose Anthos and how it is helping you?
Yes. So Anthos is the vehicle that we're using to run our applications anywhere, whether that's going to be in a ballpark or in the cloud. We have situations where we have to do computing in the park for latency reasons, such as we're delivering stats in stadium to fans or to broadcast or to the scoreboard, right? Specifically, Anthos helps us process all that data and get it back to whoever is consuming it. Uniformity across this deployment environment is especially key for our developers. They don't want to know the differences between whether they're running in a cloud or they're running on-prem or in a data center or in our stadiums. This also gives us the ability to have an event that's at Yankee Stadium, and if something happened, we could take that and run our code across the city at Citi Field where the Mets play, and just continue broadcasting and having everything continue to run as it did prior. Now, lastly, if we had any issue in the stadium, we can ship that data up to Google Cloud and process it there.
That is really amazing. Can you tell us how this journey looked like for you?
Be happy to. So 18 months ago, we started our journey of modernizing our application stack. We had previously had applications packaged up, and we were now moving down this path of containerizing everything and using that as our path forward of how we were going to deploy and run applications. From this, we had uniformity across all of our environments, whether that's a miniature data center that we have running in the stadium, a couple of on-prem data centers, or in Google Cloud. So we chose containers and we were well down the path, and then we were coming to the problem of what do we do once we want to run this in stadium. We saw to Google and noticed that Anthos was coming, and it seemed like the simplest and easiest solution to go and manage these applications and deploy them no matter where that be, in stadium or in the cloud. That journey took us about 12 months, and we're happy to say that opening day this year, we've been running applications in the stadium on Anthos.
That's awesome. Kris, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure talking to you today. And now I'd like to introduce Chen, who is going to tell you more about what's new in the world of Anthos.
Thanks, Eyal. Each year, I get to give you a recap of our new innovations. But more importantly, every day I get to work with you, our customers, to identify ways that technology can improve your business. And it's not just about technology. We learn from you and share our own practices around team and culture. One thing that stood out to me over the past 12 months is the impact Anthos is starting to have on your organization. Specifically, you are seeing impact on improvement in developer and operator efficiency, acceleration of business innovation with easier access to Google Managed Services with a security-first approach, all while saving money and using the cloud more efficiently. So let's look at each one of these in detail. First, let's talk about improving developer and operator efficiency. Anthos is a software-driven platform that is generally available on GCP in private data centers and on AWS. This provides you a central control plane and consistent approach to service delivery wherever your workloads run. With service automation along with advanced telemetry and out-of-the-box service-level objectives, Anthos helps to proactively monitor applications and catch issues in real time before impacting users. SRE best practices help minimize outages and improve business continuity. Anthos treats configuration as data and applies consistent policies to any or all of your infrastructure, saving your team significant effort and eliminating manual errors. All of these benefits apply both to traditional apps and cloud-native ones. Anthos pulls all of your workloads into a single platform, which helps your developers and operators avoid the context switchings that slows them down. We're continuously improving how Anthos can make your teams even more productive and efficient. You can now easily bring more of your clusters into Anthos. With Anthos attached clusters, you can bring in any Kubernetes conformant clusters into Anthos and benefit from the advanced capabilities that Anthos provides, like declarative configuration and service automation. Get greatly improved service-to-service networking controls and visibility. With Anthos, you can now easily adopt best practices like canary rollouts and global load balancing without additional overhead. You can also benefit for the first time with common ingress across multiple Kubernetes clusters. This means for workloads running on Google Cloud, you get multi-regional, multi-cluster availability for your application through health checking and traffic failover. You also benefit from low latencies, so your clients always reach the closest instance of the app and transparent cluster migration when you need to upgrade. From the beginning, we designed Anthos so it can be available to you anywhere. Over the past year, we've spoken to many of you to better understand what anywhere looks like for you. Having started off with Google Cloud and hybrid deployments, earlier this year we announced general availability of Anthos on AWS. Our early adopters also continue to help us as we work towards bringing you support for Azure later this year. It is clear to us that you want Anthos for environments without requiring a third-party hypervisor. Earlier this year, we announced that we are working to bring Anthos to bare metal servers as well. It has been exciting to see the overwhelming interest in this offer and the potential it unlocks. Today, I'm announcing the beta availability of Anthos for bare metal that you can run on-prem and at your edge locations. We are in active development with key strategic design partners looking to reduce cost by avoiding the hypervisor text. That's a big deal for most customers. This will also help you minimize unnecessary overhead and unlock new cloud and edge use cases. In fact, early adopters for Anthos Bare Metal also includes Google. We are internally working towards using Anthos Bare Metal as a platform to run containers internally for our production systems. Let's now talk about the second major way Anthos is making a difference for customers, namely the way it extends Google Cloud to more places. Our customers look to use Google technology and engineering practices wherever their data is. With Anthos, BigQuery Omni is coming to AWS, and our premier AI services are coming to your Anthos environments. Our first hybrid AI capability, speech-to-text on-prem, is now generally available. On top of our popular speech-to-text API, this brings Google cutting-edge speech recognition technology to Anthos. With speech-to-text on-prem, you have full control over your infrastructure and protected data for data residency and compliance while leveraging Google Cloud's AI capabilities right in your own data centers, so your data doesn't need to leave your premises. Hybrid AI is a business differentiator for customers like Iron Mountain. It helps Iron Mountain build software quickly in the cloud and seamlessly deploy on-premises for apps with stringent compliance and residency requirements. Finally, it's about getting velocity and multi-cloud benefits along with a security-first approach. Anthos follows principles of least privilege and extends defense in depth to your deployments. It simplifies release management and automates software updates and security patches to maintain the security posture of your platform. Through GitOps and uniform policy as code, it continuously validates environment configs and alerts you about policy violations. It also scans pre-deploy and runtime images and ensures only trusted workloads run. As you can manage your policies uniformly across all of your environments, you gain operational efficiency, thereby saving on retraining and operational costs. This consistency offered by Anthos reduces risk, improves your security posture, and reduces complexity, all while offering best-in-class capabilities. Today, I'm announcing Anthos Identity Service. You can extend your existing identity solutions to work with Anthos and streamline your onboarding process. As part of this offering, you can enable OpenID Connect to access Anthos clusters running on multiple environments. Anthos Identity Service supports OpenID Connect today and is generally available for on-premises and beta for Anthos on AWS. Support for additional protocols and environments will also be coming soon. This is valuable because as you modernize, you can leverage your existing identity investments and enable consistency across environments. Anthos Identity Service simplifies identity without requiring you to reinvent your existing identity solutions. And with that, I'm going to hand off to Pali to tell you more about how customers are using Anthos.
Thanks, Hen. In the past year and a half since Anthos became generally available, we've seen tremendous interest in Anthos. This interest comes from a diverse group of enterprises ranging from HEB in retail and Macquarie Bank in financial services to organizations like MLB, who you heard from earlier today. Many of these customers are now in production and seeing significant benefits from Anthos already. Anthos has enabled Macquarie Bank's development teams to roll out features faster while also reducing the complexity of keeping their deployment secure and cost-efficient. In fact, in a Forrester study we recently commissioned, we found that among customers who use Anthos, developers become more productive as we help them reduce non-coding tasks by up to 38%. In partnering with these customers to help them ship faster while spending less, we built out a broad portfolio of solutions to help with a number of common migration and modernization journeys. For many traditional workloads, migration provides an excellent opportunity to make quick gains and savings on costs that stem from both hardware and licensing. With our auto migration solution, Migrate for Anthos, you can seamlessly migrate your Windows workloads to containers, saving compute costs by improving workload efficiency through bin packing. Anthos can also help you with migrating your Cloud Foundry workloads with KF on Anthos. This enables your operations teams to benefit from the Anthos declarative model without disruption to your development teams. The Forrester study I mentioned earlier showed that customers were able to accelerate migration by 58 to 75%. For many enterprises, Java applications form a big portion of their brownfield application portfolio. With Anthos, you can easily choose between migrating, modernizing, and refactoring these Java applications. This leads to increased developer productivity and drives end-to-end automation, including test, deployment, and security. We also have specific purpose-built solutions to automate governance, compliance, and data residency for regulated industries such as financial services, retail, and public sector. Running a hybrid or multi-cloud environment typically means having to deal with multiple partners and managing multiple SKUs for each environment. This can cause your billing and procurement processes to get out of control with unnecessary overhead. Anthos offers uniquely flexible consumption options like pay-as-you-go and subscription offers, so you can select the option that works for your business. With consistent billing across diverse cloud environments, you can accelerate new service delivery while simplifying your procurement model for existing deployments. With Google Cloud Marketplace, you can procure third-party containerized applications for security, analytics, development tools, and more. These Kubernetes applications are easy to deploy and can be uniformly managed anywhere you're running Anthos. In fact, purchase of our partner SaaS offerings through Google Cloud Marketplace have increased 3x since the beginning of 2020. We're also seeing customers use Marketplace for million-dollar deals. Many of you are just embarking on this modernization journey, while others are well on your way with critical workloads already in production. No matter where you are in your journey, we invite you to take the next step with Google Cloud, along with our expansive list of ecosystem partners. These partners are actively investing to deliver a unified and simple experience. Together, we've been able to help customers achieve significant benefits, up to 55% increase in operational efficiency and up to 75% improvement in efficiency of running security tests. These improvements translate directly into lower costs and faster time to market. One of our customers saw 13x reduction in lead times. With results like these, it's no surprise that companies that don't embrace modernization risk not just falling behind their competitors, but also behind new entrants eager to leapfrog incumbents. Modernization can be incredibly daunting, but with Anthos, we've simplified your modernization journey so you can focus on building and delivering amazing services for your customers. This week on Next On Air, you will have the opportunity to learn about all the ways you can kickstart your application modernization journey and hear from other companies who are also on the same journey. I encourage you to take the opportunity to watch our breakout sessions to learn more about Anthos and try Anthos yourself using Anthos sample deployment on Google Cloud Marketplace. We look forward to partnering with you on this journey of digital transformation. Thank you.